The handcuffs clicked around his wrists, cold and unforgiving. He didn't resist, but the laughter from the officers stung worse than any slap. Cameras flashed, recording the spectacle as he was shoved into the squad car, the bystanders whispering, some filming, some just staring. He was a respected lawyer, a man of integrity, yet in that moment, none of that mattered. The world had reduced him to a criminal in the blink of an eye. Every second in the back of that car felt like a lifetime. How could this happen to someone who had spent his life defending justice? And more importantly, how would he turn this humiliation into triumph? Watch until the end to see how he flipped the script. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. It was just another Thursday morning in downtown Chicago. Marcus Reynolds had already reviewed dozens of case files at his office, sipping on his usual black coffee, preparing for a routine hearing later that day. A graduate of one of the nation's top law schools, Marcus had built a reputation for being meticulous, fair, and relentless in his pursuit of justice. Colleagues respected him, clients trusted him, and his community looked up to him. Outside the courtroom, he was known for mentoring young law students, often emphasizing the importance of integrity and courage. That morning, Marcus stepped out of his office building, briefcase in hand, unaware that the ordinary streets he had walked countless times were about to turn hostile. He passed a small group of officers laughing at something across the street, their glances fleeting and almost dismissive. Yet, as he approached the courthouse steps, one officer's gaze lingered, sharp and accusatory. Marcus felt it before he understood it, a sense of wrongness creeping over him, a feeling that today his skin color, not his accomplishments, would define the narrative. The officer's footsteps echoed against the marble, quickening as they neared Marcus. Before he could even ask what was happening, one of them barked, "You, stop!" Confused, Marcus froze, briefly locking eyes with the man. The laughter he'd glimpsed earlier now became heavier, cruel, almost theatrical. A crowd began to gather, business people, tourists, employees rushing past, and phones started recording. Marcus raised his hands, complying, heart pounding. His mind raced. He had no warrants, no accusations, only the assumption that he didn't belong there. They shoved him into the car, the metal cuffs biting into his wrists. Inside, Marcus tried to explain, but words fell flat against the officer's smirks. The car ride was silent, save for the distant sirens and the low chuckles from the back seat. He imagined headlines forming. Prominent lawyer arrested, already casting him as a criminal before anyone knew the truth. When they arrived at the precinct, the interrogation room felt suffocating. Officers questioned him as if he were guilty, their tone dripping with bias. Marcus's credentials, his community standing, even the legal documents proving his innocence, all ignored. Anger bubbled beneath the surface, but so did a calm determination. He realized that this wasn't just about him. It was a mirror reflecting the systemic prejudices ingrained in the justice system. Each second stretched, tension mounting like a wire about to snap. How could he reclaim his narrative? How could he turn ridicule into authority? Hours later, still in handcuffs, Marcus was escorted to the courtroom. The officers chuckled under their breath as they opened the door. But the next moment, the room was silent. Marcus stepped out in judicial robes, the very symbol of law and justice. Murmurs swept through the crowd. Lawyers, officers, spectators, they all froze, realizing that the man they had mocked was about to preside over cases, including matters they never expected him to judge. Every smirk, every laugh now seemed to shrink in the face of truth. Marcus's presence alone was a statement. Integrity, patience, and resilience could overcome bias, ridicule, and injustice. He walked with calm authority, each step reclaiming the dignity stripped from him hours earlier. The courtroom, once a scene of humiliation, transformed into a stage of vindication. In that instant, Marcus understood a powerful truth. Sometimes the fight isn't just in arguing cases, it's in showing up, defying expectations, and standing unwavering in the face of prejudice. The laughter of that morning echoed differently now, muted, powerless. A distant reminder of what injustice looks like when it underestimates its opponent. After the trial, Marcus returned home, physically exhausted but mentally unshaken. The experience left a scar, yes, but it also ignited a more profound commitment to justice, not just for clients, but for everyone subjected to the arbitrary cruelty of prejudice. He spoke openly about what had happened, using his platform to highlight systemic racism, the dangers of snap judgments, and the need for accountability. His story spread through news outlets and social media, resonating with people who had faced similar moments of humiliation and fear. Marcus realized that his ordeal was more than a personal trial. It was a reflection of society's urgent need for change. The question lingered. How many more talented, hardworking, law-abiding citizens are stripped of dignity each day simply because of the color of their skin? And yet, his story also offered hope. Courage and persistence could transform humiliation into power, bias into awareness, and fear into action. The courtroom that had once seemed hostile had become a place of triumph. Marcus's steps had turned mockery into respect and injustice into an undeniable lesson. So where are you watching from? Which city, which street, has witnessed stories like his unfold silently every day? Take care.